What's going on, my friends? I hope you are well. Sorry about that. I hit my keyboard here. Wanted to jump on real quick and touch on something I've talked about before. Not to beat it into the ground, but if you're in any of these Facebook groups and these forums, you're going to see people that are going to. Some of it is misinformation, and some of it is somebody just out there discouraging people or trying to, I guess, make things impossible. And if you're gonna make it impossible, it's gonna be impossible in anything that you do in life. And I see in comments like, well, 95% of producers are not gonna make it in this business. Just face it, there's too much competition, and left. Too many people are left behind, and there's no way your music's going to get heard, and these libraries and these supervisors and all these people, and that is simply a lie. I can tell you right now firsthand that's a lie. Don't listen to that. Don't let people discourage you. Please don't do that. Just ignore that, because that's simply not the case. And they went on to say that, there's no way, and I've heard this, that, you're going to do the volume that you're going to do. And some people say, well, there's no way I can do the volume. I don't ever have time. I'm not going to do it because I know I'm never going to do anything, and blah, blah, blah. Well, you can do the volume that you want to do. Just because I would hope to do a volume a certain year, and I do an average of 250 to 300 tracks a year. The most I've done is 300 tracks in a year. I did 275 last year. I will probably do that this year. There's no way I'm doing 400 tracks. I know there was an idea earlier, but I've gotten in some projects that slowed me down. I had to take a little brain break. I've talked about that. Take a little break. Don't burn yourself out. But some of you are not interested in doing it full time, and that's okay. You want to do it on the side, and that's okay. I've said that. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no shame in that. There are people that make full-time money and still work other jobs. That's okay too. Don't get in all this mindset somebody's trying to shame you that you're not a producer of goods because you're not doing it full time, or you're not doing this, or with these publishers. It's all BS. I've said before, and I said it, I was mentioning on one of those, all these libraries are shooting for the same clients. I've had 3 songs for the same TV show, 3 different songs, 3 different publishers for the same TV show. I've said this before, I mentioned it. Get placed in the same TV show within 1 or 2 episodes. And I'm telling you, that proves what I've said, is that if you find the right library that's placing a lot of the music you do, and they're working hard, and that's the work of it, you're going to find your home, and you're going to be able to do this. And there's a volume business, yes. But think about this. If you're doing, the old 52 Qs, that's 1 track a week is 52 a year. You do 3 a week, there's 156 a year. 4, 208 a year. 3 or 4 tracks a week. We're talking about music cues. If you're doing trailer music or orchestral or singer-songwriter, the volume is different. And I totally understand that, because I know somebody would chime in and go, oh, but it's not going to work with that. I get that. I totally get that. But we're doing music cues and various things. Sometimes it's going to take you a couple of days to do a cue. If you're not working on the genre you do a lot of. That's happening with me right now. In a certain tension that it's kind of a corporate tension to where it's kind of slowing me down a little bit. It happens. Some things I can rock and roll on it, but that's part of that. You want to try to produce some music for that genre. You can be the jack of all trades, but the master of no trades at all. Don't try to be a master at every genre. Where you're going to get your volume and you're going to get your rhythm is doing the most of what you're the best at. And that's what I've always heard by people that are killing it in this industry, is do the most of what you're the best at. Don't, things are going to be as hard as you make them. Don't let people discourage you. Don't listen to that crap. That's just a distraction over there. Someone saying, you're never going to do it and blah, blah, blah. No one needs to hear that, because there are a lot of people that are killing it right now in this industry that people told them that. And, they're doing well. So if you're good at something, I've said it once, I'll say it again. This isn't about who you know and all this, and so knows somebody at that library. Your music's your voice. Your music's, you don't have to say a word. You introduce yourself, you're a music producer, you own it 100%. And Anything they need, let them know. Thank you so much for your time and consideration. Your music is going to be your voice every time. Whether they take it or not, it will be your voice. So, you know, he may be talking about singer-songwriter or something. That's still BS because, you got a lot of people, we got to go with supervisors only. And I'd recommend you, and it's been recommended for, go with libraries first and stay with libraries because it's going to get you the most placements. It's very hard to connect with music supervisors. But I'm not going to tell you you can't do it because people do it. It can be done. It just takes a while. It's a harder way to go to build a relationship and trust out of those guys. And I know it because I hear them all the time talking at these conferences that we deal with trusted sources only. So, you can get ghosted quite a bit when you start trying to email a music supervisor just asking a simple question. I mean, I've gotten it. I emailed a supervisor. Then I forgot to ask a question of at the conference and emailed him, say, hey, it was great to see you at the conference. I got a quick question, And it was simple. Can you tell me some of the places you pull music from as a music supervisor? One, I want to make sure my music is there. My music may already be there. As much as I'd love to work with you, I just would love to make sure my music is, where you're looking and try to get myself to those places. Never emailed me back, and I don't take it personally. Listen, those supervisors get bukus of emails, and they get a lot of emails from people that don't understand this industry, and they don't understand, in submitting music and some things, and they don't approach them in a professional manner. Some of them, they really don't, and they just get bombarded with emails, and it's just hard to read hundreds of emails a day that are coming in. Like, literally, some of these libraries get a lot of emails. I'm surprised that I've gotten responses that I have in some of these libraries that have taken my music, and I've worked with them to this day. But apparently, from what I understand, it's not the volume these music supervisors get, because there seems to be this stigma about music supervisors. That's the way you go. I mean, yeah, it's great and all, and they love to pay upfront money, and that's great too. But when you're dealing with music cues, music supervisors, for the most part, are looking in libraries for a lot of stuff. If they're looking for something that's niche and specific, and that's where it's different, and that's where they're going to pay, a specific amount of money for something that's customer specific, and they may be working with people and have relationships with people, and they have go-to list of people that they send emails out saying, hey, here's I'm looking for them. But a lot of those go-to are libraries, so you're still going to do well with libraries. But, I'm kind of getting off tangent. My point is I want to get on, don't let people discourage you. Please don't let people do that. You can get caught up with a lot of this stuff in these groups, these Facebook groups and these forums, these people. There's a lot of negativity in there. Don't get into that negativity. And, you can comment, but don't get to arguing because it's not worth it. Some people love to get on there just to start an argument. And they don't know who they're arguing with, half of them. I think it was this particular guy arguing with a guy that is killing it in this industry, and he's won Emmy Awards. And he's scored documentaries and shows, and this guy's good. He's an incredible composer. I mean, he's won, I think he said 6 Emmy Awards. And he didn't know he was arguing with him, trying to school him on the business that he already knows about. And it was basically that guy that won the Emmy Awards was a great composer. He quit, or he wasn't arguing, he was just kind of making his point, but the other guy wanted to get argumentative. It's no point in it, it's not even worth it. You can spend more productive time doing your music and getting this stuff done in this business and then arguing on these forums. I make comments sometimes and I may reply, but I try not to get argued. I don't want to do that. I don't have time for that anyway. But anyway, I just wanted to get on real quick and just say, don't let people, if you think it's impossible and you're going to make it impossible, it will be impossible. Just remember that. Someone told me one time ago, things are as hard as you make them. If you make the day hard, it's going to be hard. Well, you have bad days, a bad day is everything you make of it. Life being hard is everything you make of. You may have some obstacles, and it's hard. It's not easy. And this business isn't easy. But if you make it nothing but impossible and hard, you're probably not going to do anything with it, or it's going to stand in your way between you and actually getting somewhere with this process. So that's with anything you do in life, not just the music business. So hope that helps. I'm just getting on, maybe kind of just recanting something I said a while back ago, but these groups can get negative sometimes. Just kind of, you have to kind of sift through a little bit and find what information you need out of it. And there are some good people in those groups that try to, pass on good information. I don't see where a lot of these people are trying to hold secrets. I haven't experienced that, and I've met a lot of these guys. That one particular guy, see him at the conference every year. I know him very well. I've sat down and spent a lot of time with him, and they're not hiding secrets. I mean, he's given me, passed on some good advice. He probably didn't really realize that he was giving me when we talked. He's a really good guy. Anyway, just thought I'd pass that on. I'm going to get on when something comes to mind and talk a little bit about things. I'm just been real busy in these. I'm under 3 music briefs. I may have mentioned that the last time. I finished one already. I got 15 tracks to some true crime series type stuff. I'm doing what they call corporate tension now, and it's a twist of that tension that I'm not real good at. I have a bad habit of getting caught up in what do I do, and I'm listening to the references, and I'm just like, I don't want to copy it, but I'm trying to. It's a lot of crate digging and a lot of, trial and error, but that's just me. Some people are so good at being able to nail that stuff, and maybe I make things, again, like I just talked about, maybe I make things harder than they are, and I do have a bad habit of doing that, so take it from me on that one. So, and there's so many other people in the world that are the same shoes and wearing the same shoes that I'm wearing. They, struggle with that same thing. So anyway, but then after that, I've got another brief between now and July 15th. And these all 3 for the same publisher, so I'm trying to get as much music to them as I can in these albums, because if he's asking for it, someone else has asked for it, a client that he's wanting to fulfill and get it into his library. So remember that as an extended tip. If you're getting these music briefs, most of the time, if they're not trying to just fill the library with a new version of last year's quotas, like a new volume, clients are asking for that. And a lot of times, if they're doing more of it, it's popular. A lot of it is getting placed. Try to work to get as much music as you can to those briefs. So just a little side tip. Anyway, I'm off. Hope you guys are well, and we'll talk on the next vid. Thanks for watching. Be cool. Bye.